If you don't have a high-paying job or a college degree, there's a pretty good chance you're paying more for your car insurance than you should. Our I-Team has reported people of color or people living in less affluent neighborhoods are often missing out on insurance discounts. But now the state of California is going to do something about it. Here's our consumer investigator, Randy Mack.
Your driving record, your driving experience, and how many miles you drive are by law in California what's supposed to determine your auto insurance rates. But the state's Department of Insurance says insurers have abused the loophole determining who's eligible for discounted rates. They're called affinity groups.
If you have a similar driving record, it doesn't matter if you're a doctor or a janitor. You should have the same access to these discounts.
Currently, insurance companies can create affinity groups based on occupation and education as key factors in setting their individual auto rate premiums. Insurance Commissioner Ricardo Lara and consumer advocates say that's leading primarily to affluent white drivers getting discounts, while many less wealthy and people of color statewide paid up to 26% more for auto insurance.
The way lower income Californians, the way Californians in communities of color are being overcharged is atrocious.
Carmen Balber with the LA-based consumer watchdog group joined about a dozen other advocacy and civil rights organizations asking that the use of occupation and education be banned as rating factors. Instead of eliminating them, the Department of Insurance went a different route.
We're expanding them. We're expanding them to previously underrepresented populations that didn't have access to these groups.
Under the new proposals, insurance companies must expand the number of affinity groups to include different income levels with similar driving experience. Companies that are successful in doing so will receive financial incentives to increase their profits. They also will be required to provide a list of all group discounts offered to new policyholders and at the time of renewal. In an email to the I-Team, the American Property Casualty Insurance Association, which represents the industry, says, "We share the goal of helping low-income Californians have access to lower auto insurance rates. We appreciate the California Department of Insurance working to expand access to affinity group programs." Nothing is final. There are still hearings and negotiations ahead on the fine points of affinity groups. But the pandemic has shined a new spotlight on poverty and underserved communities. Tucker says the new rules should expand discounts by enhancing a business model that can benefit consumers and insurers.
We think that once they go down this road of offering these discounts to groups they hadn't previously considered, and they're going to find that it's going to be a profitable line of business for them.
There is another public hearing that is going to be held virtually next month, but this is the first time in 2 years that there's actually been consensus among the state, consumer advocates, and the insurance industry itself that something needs to be done to eliminate discrimination in the setting of auto rates. That is a huge step forward that could impact millions of Californians. In Chino Hills, I'm Randy Mack.